Open the door of your heart so wide that the divine has no chance of passing by. To those who have such pure love for them, that formless divinity, the divine will certainly come one day. Little story for you. One time, when the wife of Sri Tulsidas, who was a great poet, was staying with her parents, a sudden insurmountable longing for her came over Tulsidas. Oh, I know the story. This is funny. Even though it was in the middle of the night and a thunderstorm was raging, he set out immediately with no thought for the rigors of the journey. When he arrived, absolutely exhausted and drenched, she uttered a sentence to her beloved that would alter his whole life in one stroke. If you had directed the power and love that it took you to reach me, that it took for you to reach me, instead towards God, the Almighty, you would have attained realization a long time ago. I love that. This poor man, middle of the night, goes out of his way through the pouring rain, and I believe the full story has him swimming over a river and maybe navigating some animals in the forest or something, but it's one hell of a journey. He gets there, and instead of saying, "Oh, my dear hero who has come so far to be in my presence," she says, "If you had directed the power and love that it took for you to reach me towards God, you would have attained realization a long time ago." Deeply affected, Tulsidas henceforth withdrew from the world. He actually took it really positively, meditated and devoted his whole life to the divine. He attained God realization, and whilst in a state of divine consciousness, wrote his greatest work, the Ramayana, which is still recited today as one of the greatest epics, and many bhajans, devotional songs, showing people the way to true love and to the divine. Bhaktas, devotees, seek a form of the divine to whom they can pray and direct their faith and devotion as the focal point for their love. Bhaktas are not content with the concept that God is simply everywhere. No, they wish to see Him with their own eyes. And God the Almighty, who is love itself, fulfills the desire of His bhaktas, His devotees, when He takes on a human form and incarnates on earth. In the Sri Vignan Deep Gita, Mahaprabhuji said, I'm going to try to sing this again. The elements are invisible and exist everywhere within the universe, but to achieve anything they must take on a form. Very short verse. We can use the element of fire as an example. Fire slumbers invisibly in everything. But with this so-called dormant fire, we can neither heat nor cook. It is only when it becomes visible and alive in the form of flames that it is effective and useful. And this is how it is with Nirguna and Saguna God. in the formless aspect of the divine and in the formful aspect. Nirguna God is, in fact, present everywhere, but we are unable to approach him or reach him. How then can a prayer be effective if we speak aimlessly into nothing? Who can we turn to for help and advice about the problems that we will inevitably encounter on our spiritual path but are unable to resolve? This is why we need the personal guidance of a Saguna form of God, particularly in Kundalini Yoga, as it's a yoga which gives rise to a lot of energy. It's good to direct that excess energy to a focal point of love. And more importantly, we need an object to which the love within the heart can flow. Otherwise, the Kundalini Shakti remains blocked within the heart and our development is hindered. A doctor can only heal while they are alive. Royalty only has power for as long as they live. Therefore, a living master is also indispensable in transmitting the wisdom that is passed from master to master according to ancient tradition. The master gives instructions on how to guide our bhakti, our loving devotion. In prayer, mantra, and meditation. Occasionally, however, there are exceptions. Through the power of intense longing and ardent prayer, a God-realized soul or a divine incarnation can appear to us in astral form and give the spiritual guidance for which we crave. And this is in our continuing discussion on the 3 kinds of love. We've been talking about the 2nd kind since we started reading. The 3rd kind of love is all-encompassing divine love. God is love, and love is God. Divine love has brought into life countless forms, and divine love sustains and guides them on their journey through the universe. The divine self is manifested and reflected in the innumerable beings of its creation, and so all may again finally unite with it. We'll continue our discussion of divine love and the nature of the Anahata Chakra, the heart center, next time. Thank you for listening.